We like to think we're independent, but we make our own choices. But psychology says your environment quietly runs half your life. What if I told you that your personality is mostly borrowed? Have you ever noticed that after spending time with someone, you start talking like them? You pick up their jokes, their phrases, even their mood. By the end of this video, you might think a little differently. And not because of what I say, but because that's how human brains work. There is an ongoing debate in psychology about how much of a human being is a product of genetics versus upbringing. Psychologists roughly agree that who we are comes from three sources: 50% genetics, 40% environment, and 10% random developmental quirks. You can't change your genes. Those are the cards you were dealt, and randomness, the tiny quirks of development, you can't control either. But the 40% that comes from your environment, that's the part where conscious effort actually matters. Humans are deeply social creatures, and everything that we learn and change about ourselves, we pick up from those around us. The more we see someone doing something, especially someone we respect, the faster we start mirroring them. The people around us quietly shape our habits, our mood, and even what we consider normal. You might have heard the saying, you are the average of 5 people you spend most time with. Our close network, family, friends, the people we talk often, matter the most, because they shape what we see as normal, what behavior we adopt. So, are we doomed if we would like to be different from our inner circle? Well, you're not literally determined to become the exact average of 5 people. You still have agency, you still have choices, but here's the truth. Environment will beat motivation, discipline, and willpower every time, unless you design it. What can we do then? Shall we give up on our social circle if it doesn't quite represent our strivings? Shall we break up, move, not talk to our family and friends? The answer is almost always no, and this is such a complex field that I will never dare to give you any advice on it. But fortunately, I don't have to, because there is an alternative. If you don't have local role models, you can redesign your environment to hang around with the smartest, most helpful people, dead or alive, thanks to videos, podcasts, and books that are out there. And you don't have to give up on your family just because they are not your role models. You do, however, need to be very aware while you interact with them, so you don't pick up contagious patterns like negativity, drama, cynicism, victimhood, or scarcity mindset. It's hard to overstate how important this is. Your environment is almost half of your success. If you hang around calm people, you will pick up chill vibes. If there are lots of strong emotions in your inner circle, you will consider it as normal. The people you interact with set your baseline on everything: money, relationship, ambition, kindness, eating habits, physical activity, even sex and leisure. And we are so lucky to be able to be in the company of great minds and souls at almost no cost, thanks to the internet. It's a miracle, but it's also a hazard if you leave it to algorithms. Filter your input ruthlessly. Don't let the feed choose you, choose your feed. At the beginning, you might have to go broad until you find those whose words resonate with you, but then you choose the few, stick with them for a while. After a few months, deliberately listen to a few people who disagree with you. You'll often find useful truth on the other side. This way, you will not be limited to the worldview of a few. Also remember, nobody is great at everything. If you like someone for productivity advice, it is not mandatory that their advice on nutrition or politics is also sound. Stick to each person's specialty and test ideas for yourself. Test everything, don't just assume. We all want to be independent, but independence isn't isolation. It's choosing your influences consciously, because in the end, you are what you consume, mentally and emotionally.